Yo my people, welcome back to the channel. Breaking news, I'm out here in Cyprus. I wish the news could have been a bit better, but it's Fabrizio. I did tell you, like, if it's Fabrizio, if it's Ornstein, it's actually Ornstein as well, then you know it's worth doing a little video about. Now the news is Christian Norgaard, 11 million bids, Brentford midfielder, 31 years of age, been in the league about what, five years or so. Off the top of my head, maybe should have done some research as well, but yeah, that's the latest news, people, which kind of leads us to believe that Thomas Partey, the contract talks have not only stalled, but he is moving on. Now, earlier in the day, there was reports, rumours that Thomas Partey has opened discussions with other clubs. Now, I ain't naive enough to think those discussions weren't opened in January. Maybe he didn't get the offer he wants, and hence why, come the end of the season, Arsenal looked in a strong position to, you know, get a contract sorted. But over the last few days, week or so, talk of, you know, wage increase alongside 2 years hasn't made sense for Arsenal. Now, on one hand, I understand that. Does Thomas Partey deserve an increase in wages? No, but at the same time, the club left themselves in this position. So, you know, I ain't gonna let that slide. You should have found out early on and moved forward early on. But listen, Christian Norgaard, he's okay. He's a decent midfielder. Can't play 2 games a week, you know, hasn't got the legs he used to. DM, dual winner, I guess, people will call him. Arteta loves a dual winner. I just look at it as a Jorginho replacement. Now, whether you think it's an upgrade, a downgrade, a side grade on Jorginho, when I look overall now in midfield and potentially Zubimendi and Norgaard being our options in the 6, how much better is that than Partey and Jorginho? I pretty much put it like for like, without seeing too much of Zubimendi, any in an Arsenal shirt. So, you know, we're kind of at square one in terms of the business we have done with Zubimendi and we're about to do with maybe a Christian Norgaard, depending on how Brentford react to the bid. You know, it's just like for like, in my opinion, in terms of where we stand with our midfield reinforcements, the 6th position. You know, I'm not excited. I haven't got goosebumps about it yet. Zubimendi's class, Norgaard's okay, but we've got other areas that need improving in. And listen, we've got enough time to get those improvements in, but when you look at the market and you look at the availability or lack of availability of real quality, that's where I really doubt I'll be having goosebumps come 1st of September, come game week 1. And, you know, people might say, oh, stop mentioning when my manager talks, I'm gonna, you know, hold those words to account, like I did with proactive transfer window that Arteta demanded early on in his Arsenal management career. Can't skip a beat in the transfer window in his early Arsenal management career. It's changed over the last year or so with that new contract. How can it change with that new contract? I'm not too sure. I am sure, but I don't think many people are too sure. Part of that contract is to deal with what he has to deal with, and that's ownership with no ambition really to win the Premier League title or Champions League, and you know, they might pull one out of the bag like they've done with the Rams over there in America, like have they done it with the Nuggets? Can't really remember. Even with the Nuggets, if you see Josh Kroenke talking about the situation at the Nuggets now, and Jovic, who's many people's best player in the NBA at the moment, definitely up there top 3, top 5 without a shadow of a doubt, he's talking of potentially needing to trade him. Imagine that. 20 years plus ownership Rams, 20 years plus Nuggets and whatever polo teams he's got, and squash, paddle, I don't know what they own over there. It doesn't bode well when you look at their success rate over there, tenure as owners of each franchise. You know, it wasn't that long ago people were telling me, oh look, Nuggets won and Rams won, it's our turn next. Is it? All right, well, let's hope Norgaard adds to that then, because an 11 million bid, and you consider we haven't bid for Sesko, we haven't bid for Gyökeres, or nothing confirmed on both. It shows that we're serious about bringing him in. Now listen, come the end, come game week 1, come 1st of September, if Norgaard and KEPA come in as, you know, the 6th and 7th signings to replace what we've lost or to add the necessary depth, then cool, because that would mean we've got 4 or 5 players on top that really build up the cake, right? We all want cake. So, you know, come 1st of September, game week 1, I might look at this slightly different. Even now, I'm holding my horses in terms of flipping, and to be honest with you, there's a lot of people by the pool right now, so if I start flipping, then they might kick me out of this hotel. And there's music playing in the background, so copyright might be an issue, but hopefully not. It is what it is. If it is an issue, Proton VPN people, show them some love, because they're sponsoring this as always. VPN, you need it, 15,000 servers, over 115 countries. So yes, it's available in your country too. I'm using it out here in Cyprus. I just finished up Godfather of Harlem. If you know, you know. What a show. Season 4 done. If you don't know, get to know people. You'll have 4 seasons to catch up on. Big show. So I just finished it here, season 4, episode 10, courtesy of Proton VPN. And listen, they're also protecting data, protecting privacy, protecting security. You know what it is already, people. If you don't have Proton by now, then I don't know for you. I don't know for you. So make sure by the next breaking news video, by the next Ornstein Fabrizio tweet, when I'm telling you to get Proton, you're telling yourself, I've got it, brother. Move on. And I will be moving on. Show Proton some love. There's a QR code right there. Scan it, link in the description, click that, link in the comment section, click that. 3 ways to grab Proton, exclusive offer, Turkish LDN. Show them some love, because this video might be demonetized by the end of it, considering the music playing in the background. But I'm going to go enjoy some of that music, some of that pool real soon, and dwell on the news that Norgaard might be the new addition, the Jorginho replacement. Once upon a time, it looked like Zubimendi was coming in to replace Jorginho and would keep Thomas Partey. What a healthy midfield that would have been. But it is what it is. The other day, me and James were talking about how do you replace Thomas Partey, and we both opted for a creative 8, maybe a 10. Why? Because Rice can play the 6. Why? Because Lewis Skelly can play the 6. So we've got enough options there. Whereas in the attacking 8, 10 positions, in terms of creativity, ability, quality, we don't have enough. We can look at Odegaard and say he needs competition, he needs a backup, he needs, you know, something to get him going again. And we look at the 8, sorry, and Rice has done his thing there, but he is not he's not a creative 8. He's not an attacking 8. He can deliver, he can show up when need be. 2 free kicks against Real, best believe I remember those, hold those highly. But options in terms of the attacking creative side of midfield would have been the preference for me. Instead, 31-year-old seasoned Premier League experience at Brentford, 5+ years, or around 5 years. It looks like we're going for the safe option. The safe option. Now, again, I'll reiterate, if it is the safe option we're going for, that's fine, as long as these safe options in KEPA and Norgaard are the 6th, 7th, under the radar. They're in, but they're depth. We won't see them much type of signings. Now, in Arsenal, there'll probably be the 4th and 5th signings. 4th and 5th. With Zubimendi probably being 1 or 2, and maybe a Gyökeres or Rodrigo or Sesko being number 1 on the list. Now, obviously, I'm, talking without knowing. But when people say, you don't know yet, wait, I tell them, wait for what? People are telling me it's only June, it hasn't even hit July. I don't give a shit if it's June or July. It's 21 years since our last title. I don't give a shit if it's June or July. It's 6 years since Be Excited. I don't give a shit if it's June or July. It's 5 years trusting the process. It's phase 6. It's all of the nonsense the club have fed us, not over the last 5 under Arteta, but over the last 20 of this ownership, or 19, whatever it is, since they first come in and took us from, on the verge of being a juggernaut, Arsenal Football Club. When you consider the names we had, the reputation we built up from 97 all the way through to 2005-06, we was on the verge of becoming a juggernaut. This ownership came in, swooped in, stripped us down, and here we are 20 years later saying it's only June, it's not even July yet. No, it's only 20 years, mate. It's only 6 years, it's only 5 years. Whichever metric you want to look at it, it's enough is enough. The club need to do what they need to do this summer. And Norgaard, am I impressed? No. Am I heartbroken? No. Bigger fish to fry in the transfer window. Now, whether we have a bigger fish to fry or not, we will find out. Game week 1, that's a necessity. As much as I say 1st of September or the end of the transfer window, it's game week 1. You look at Man United away and then the next 5 fixtures after that. If we're not prepared for this season, then early on we will find out. Fuck around, find out. That's the saying, right? Yeah, fuck around, find out this summer, Arsenal. Christian Norgaard, Kepa, here we go. Couldn't care less, mate. Couldn't care less. Backup goalkeeper, Carabao Cup. That's it. That's all I need to see him in. Decent enough backup. Do we need another Chelsea reject? No, but it is what it is. I'm glad we went for a 5 mil option than a 30 mil option. We can't be flipping around keepers every 2 years. We flip around enough left backs and everything else on the pitch, aside from the attack. So now it's time to focus on the attack now. If Norgaard comes in cool, under the radar, nice. Kepa looks like he's in, and Zubimendi, he's in. let's start moving for the big boys now. Let's start moving for the needle movers, the game changers, that bit of quality that comes 70, 80 minutes, it's not looking like your day, but he comes out with something. You know, it could be a top corner finish, or it could be a run, a dribble, beating two man and then laying it on a plate. Whether it's a Rodrigo or Gyökeres, Arsenal need to move now. There are still players available, but the longer we wait, the more chance another team comes in. And you know, there's a lot of other teams, I was about to say a handful, but there's a lot of other teams that when they're interested, they move. No nonsense, no messing around, no bullshit. Arsenal, we're known for messing around, we're known for nonsense, we're known for bullshit. Can't be this summer, because otherwise Arteta, that's it for him come the end of this season. Whether it's his fault or not, I know we have to look above, but the majority gets swayed by new managers and new sporting directors and clean the slate and act like, you know, we've got to wait another however many years, because if you don't, you're not a top fan, a top gooner. You're not a real supporter. You're not a real Arsenal fan. Go support Tottenham. Go support Man City. All of that nonsense. Shut the hell up. So Norgaard, 11 million. We'll see how that goes. KEPA, here we go. Couldn't care less. I'm out here. Gonna go enjoy the pool a little bit. Let me just spin it around. Don't even know why I'm doing this breaking news really, but like I said, I've got to remain consistent. I told you Fabrizio and Ornstein are the ones that, if they say anything, I'll lean towards trusting it. And they said that Norgaard is the option. They haven't announced that Partey is leaving yet, by the way, so hold tight on that one, people. Hold tight on that one. Hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed. I'll be back when I'm back. Hopefully this video uploads, because the internet over here in North Cyprus is not the best. Not the best. But if it does upload, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, because it would have taken a lot of time and effort to get this up. Hopefully it's up, and if it is up, Proton VPN, show them some love. The video, show that some love. Supersport, me and Matisse's clash, the big 60 seconds is out, so go show Supersport some love. Go leave your comments there. Show them what the big six are about. You know, there's plans for the future. Big six, Supersport, come on, love for the love.